I'm going to talk about something in this video that maybe a lot of people are wondering. How do you know when something good is going to happen in your life? How do you know that? And I'm going to explain some of the signs in this video, how you can tell that something is sort of rearranging in your life to a positive note, okay? So let's get to it. The first point I want to bring up is we stop forcing life. And in layman terms, we stop controlling. We don't look at outcomes as like the outcome owes us money. We don't grab things and hold on to things so tight. We're a little looser when it comes to timelines. We're just more open and more relaxed, and we just let things be the way they are. So we stop forcing life. You know, the old saying is, right? I have a plan for life. It's kind of cute, right? But life does not live up to your plans. We just take it a day at a time and take life as we see it and stop pushing, holding on, and having this grip of control that we think we have. So we accept life one day at a time exactly the way it is. We stop forcing and we stop controlling. We're more accepting of the way things are around us. So that's number one. Number two is that you feel uncomfortable with life, but you're not falling apart. You're just feeling uncomfortable. You may feel uneasy. You may feel a little anxiety, a little depression, a little restlessness. But it's a good thing. This is a good thing, okay? Things that you used to do start to annoy you. You start to notice them a little bit differently in a negative light. Old habits, you start to, I don't want to do that anymore. In this phase of the change or something good is about to happen is what I call the friction stage. It's like you're fighting with the old you and the new you is kind of creating a friction in your life. It's like wearing a pair of shoes that you've worn for many, many months, and all of a sudden those pair of shoes don't feel that comfortable. You know something weird's going on, but you really can't put your finger on it. And that, my friends, is where a lot of people start reacting to these feelings and start thinking that something's wrong, and they start reversing or giving up on the change. So these things that I'm talking about to you right now is a difficult point of change, and like I like to call them, is the friction part. Old you causing friction with the new you. Okay, so if you're feeling like that, uncomfortable, those kind of things, you're on the right track to something really good going to happen in your life. Believe it or not. You're doing the right thing without expecting the applause or somebody to come up to you and give you a trophy for it. Okay? Like you're showing up for work and you're doing a great job. And you do that for a number of days or a number of weeks. Or maybe you put some money in a donation box for the Salvation Army at Christmas time. Or you're honest with yourself and others. Or you're just taking responsibility for your life. Or you're becoming a little more vulnerable and a little more loving to your family and your friends that you so-called care about. You're doing all those things, but you're not expecting somebody to come up to you and say, "What a go, great job, great job." You're not expecting the applause of taking responsibility for your life for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. You're just doing it because it's the right thing to do for you and the world around you. I want you to remember this part. Alignment with the world around you and with yourself takes time. But that's the first thing that has to get in place, is that alignment. Then the result will come. The truth will set you free. That kind of stuff, right? So I think that's number 3 or 4. But anyways, you get what I mean, right? Another one is you're less reactive to your environment. When somebody provokes you into an argument or a debate at work or at home or whatever, you're not so into being right anymore. You're just, okay, I'll just let that go. I'll let that person win or whatever, right? So you're not so into being right. okay? You don't emotionally react to situations that used to upset you. You're just not reactive. You're more secure with yourself. You feel more stable, but also things that used to be important to you that you think you had to be right about or stand up for yourself to convince the other person you're not so bad or convince them that you're right. You're not into that anymore, or you're into it a lot less. So you're not so reactive. You know, an old ex calls you up and tells you off on the phone, or an old girlfriend or somebody on the highway, whatever, cuts you off. You seem to be a little more calmer and a little more less reactive. To some people, that may feel boring. That may feel, well, what's wrong with my life? There's no excitement in my life. Well, that, my friends, is a sure sign that your life is on the road to change and something good is going to happen to you. And this is the closing paradox of this video. And I need you to understand this and listen to this. Most people believe that if something good happens to us, then we'll feel better. Then that'll make change. And that sounds good. And that's the way it usually happens, right? That people think like that. But not in this video and not what I'm talking about. If you want true good things to happen to you in your life, this is the way it goes. You start feeling better. You start feeling less depressed. You start feeling calmer, less reactive. And then life will catch up to you. You will get the results of those changes. It's not the other way around in this video. It's not the change will make me feel better. No. Feeling better will bring on change. And that's how you will know that something really great is happening in your life. It's called the transitional stage. It's the opposite what most people think. So when you're trying to lose weight or build muscle or save money or change, if you have an anger issue like I had, all those sort of things. Work on that. Work on your emotional maturity. Work on being more responsible. Listen to what I said in this video, because once you change, you will not feel it. You will not see it in your life right off the bat, but you'll feel it. And that's where the uncomfortable and uncertainty will come. But I say, stay on that road and keep it moving forward. That is the transition. That is the friction part. No, not so much the friction part, but you understand what I'm saying. The old thinking to the new thinking. You're on the right track. You really are. So keep working at it, and I guarantee it, good things will happen in your life. And you'll say to yourself, what the hell is going on? And what is going on is the gift of change, the gift of doing things differently in your life are paying off. The things that we used to do in our lives will not be attracted to us. We will not be attracted to it anymore. And it won't give us the result or the motivation to continue it. The true motivation and true thing to keep us going in a positive way is seeing the result of our hard effort. But put the effort in, stay the course, and your life will catch up. It's like having a bad debt, right? Pay the debt off, and eventually you're out of debt, sort of thing, right? But I'm talking way too much right now. I really am. The video's over. Thanks a lot for stopping by. My name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel where we learn to live sober one day at a time. You can take a second, please subscribe, take another second, and hit that like button. God bless. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you don't like the video. But I'm going to tell you something. If you follow it and understand what's in this video, your life will get better. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Ciao for now.